You are listening to ChartingWealth.com for Wednesday, the 15th of February, 2017. We see stocks up for the day, both in the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ 100. And we also see that gold is up for the day. Bonds, however, are down. Let's jump right into the S&P 500. Of course, it was up 0.40%. We saw a crossover on our two-day chart back on the Friday the 10th of February, and we've continued to see the charts rocket up for the first 2 days of the week. We're not in a trade on that because the two-day chart just crossed over going up in the same direction as the weekly chart. We've not yet had a pullback on the 2-hour chart. Where we have seen some great action is in the Qs, which continues to move up. That's the NASDAQ 100. We jumped in all the way back around the 9th of January. We jumped in with a vertical crossover on our weekly chart at 122.07, closed at a high. Well, the high through the day on Tuesday was 128.54. That's $6.47. We're continuing to ride that train. And what have we seen? The price percent oscillator has continued to jack up even higher. And we've seen over the last two-day candle the upfitting of the derivative oscillator continuing to move up after some down moves. So we're continuing to run that out. It is outstanding as far as the NASDAQ 100 goes, and that incredible gain of almost $6.50 in about 36 days. That is fabulous. We're continuing to watch that run in its profitability. Let's continue to move through things. What do we see going on TLT? Well, we have a down two-day candle on that. We have both a down wick and we don't yet have a crossing over going down. But what do we see? Because a lot of you looked at getting into that on the 2-hour chart. And of course, we saw that 2-hour chart crossover going down back in the afternoon on Thursday the 9th. That has continued to move down throughout the course of the day on Valentine's Day. The 14th started off moving down heavily in both the 10 a.m., well, the 12 p.m. and the 2 p.m. time frame, and then sort of settled up there towards the end of the day. We've already crossed through the 2-day trend line on that. Again, we do have a gold crossover originally, but we're getting down to right where we were at that entry point. Hopefully, if you jumped in, you've been paying attention to that. Now, I will tell you that if we look at our weekly trend line, we see that the weekly is still moving up. Derivative oscillator has moved up just a little bit over the last few days on the weekly chart. If we look at the 2-day chart, what do we see? Well, we do see that the 2-day chart has kinked over, moving down. Derivative oscillators about parallel. So if you've not gotten out of that move, do keep a close eye on it if you've not already taken your profits since that jumping in point back there in early February. Now, let's lastly stay on this 2-day chart and go back and take a look at gold. What has gold done? Well, gold was up for the day 0.11%. We do have a down 2-day candle. We're really a spinning top at this point. Of course, gold crossed over going up right there at the end of January on the 30th. And what we saw happening since then is, of course, gold was somewhere around what the 112 to 113 to 114 mark, and gold has gone as high. Actually, our jumping in point was 113.57. It's gone as high as 118.57. It actually had a low throughout the day of 116.15, still up substantially. Do keep an eye on it. On the 2-day chart, gold is running parallel as far as the price percent oscillator, and the derivative oscillator is losing energy. If we look at the 2-hour chart, we can see that it crossed over there in the afternoon on Thursday the 9th, and we see that it's really been running sort of parallel for the last couple of days. Keep an eye on gold. It may still continue to move up. It may cross over going up over the course of the day on Wednesday. So keep an eye on it. Folks, that's where we are as we end the day on Tuesday, Valentine's Day the 14th, as we continue to watch these charts as they develop. We so appreciate you being with us. You have questions, problems, concerns, you can always address those to us, cw@chartingwealth.com. If you've not already signed up for our newsletter, go to chartingwealth.com, sign up. We always appreciate the wonderful reviews that you give us at Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and of course, we so appreciate you going to iTunes, signing up for our podcast, giving us a 5-star rating. Thank you so much. You have problems, concerns, we love to hear from you. Great training at our website. And of course, sign up for our newsletter that provides you with these daily podcasts at chartingwealth.com. God bless.